Hello, my friends from YouTube. I'm glad to be here, my friends from Facebook and Energy Radio. One more time, I'm glad to be here to share insight, to share wisdom, understanding, to share my experience with the Creator. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to share something that will help you, something that will uplift you. And I want to begin by sharing something that is very, very important, something to help you out. I want to talk about the difference between being spiritually strong and the difference of not being spiritually strong. I want to talk about the difference of being united physically and united spiritually. You know, sometimes we oftentimes make choices, take decisions based on the physical part of life, and we ignore the spiritual law of life. How can we follow the physical laws of this life and ignore the spiritual laws? Because there are spiritual laws created. There are spiritual laws that have been put in place by the Creator to keep us at peace, to keep us strong, to keep us from not breaking or collapsing or losing hope and confidence in this life. So we cannot ignore the spiritual laws, because if we ignore the laws that have been put in place by the Creator, we might end up spiritual bankrupt, without peace, without joy, without spiritual strength. You know, throughout my whole life, I have counseled people and I have encountered people who say that they were together for so many years, 30, 50, but they never knew that this person, that they were united physically, will do what they did. But why? Because the unity was physical. If we make decisions based on our physical well-being, how we feel, how I see it, how I hear it, it sounds good, it feels good, it looks good, but then we ignore the spiritual part of life, then we are bound to disappointment. We are bound to disappointment because there's nothing greater than the spiritual part of life, than the spiritual unity. Because it's not enough to be united physically. It's not enough for you to like what somebody like. It's not enough for you to attend the places that somebody attend and that you have in common, that we like to go to the same places. We like to go and do the same thing. We like to read the same thing. We like to eat the same. No, it's not enough to keep you together. The most important thing is the unity in the Spirit and by the Spirit. It's a unity that comes from within. It's a unity that comes when the purpose of you walking in this earth and living is the same purpose of the person next to you. So when this purpose is a spiritual purpose, when the unity is a spiritual unity, it becomes something unbreakable. It becomes something that cannot be taken, that cannot be stolen, that cannot be broken. When the unity is a unity in the spirit, it becomes something that cannot be taken because it cannot be seen, it cannot be held, it cannot be stolen. So if we make decision in this life based on the spirit, if the unity that you have with those who are around you is based on the physical part of life, it might not be, and it will not be enough to keep you or keep all of you together. If what you have in common with somebody is that you like the same songs, that you scream in the same way, that you attend the same places, it's not enough. The most important of all is the unity in the spirit. When we are united in the spirit, then the unity is unbreakable, it's unshakable. It's beyond what we could see. It's beyond what we could hear. It's beyond what we could feel. So when we look back and to the book of the scriptures, and we read that the unity of the community of love was so strong that could not be broken, cannot be separated. That even though that they got to a point that they were mistreated, that they would try to be destroyed, but they remain strong, is because the unity was not based on nothing physical, but it was based on the spirit. It was based on the spirit of life, the spirit of the Creator. You know, the more united you are in the spirit with those who are around you, the more stronger you are. You know, I oftentimes share my experience, share what God have done in my life and what God is doing in my family, so that through my experience, you could also be built and have your own experience. So, as I talk about being united in the spirit, and trying to emphasize that there's nothing more important than this unity, because this unity goes beyond emotions and feelings. It goes higher and deeper. It comes straight from the Creator. So I'm exhorting you today to not to emphasize much in what you see, in what you hear, in what you feel. Not to make decisions based on, oh, how we like this, we do this. No, but in the spirit. Because those are decisions that would last forever and will bring through changes. So as I share my good experience of being united with my family in the spirit, I pray that you also become encouraged, become uplifted, because that's what that cannot be broken, that cannot be taken away. Instead it will increase, and as you increase, you will make a difference in the life of those who are around you and everyone you come in contact. You know, I often share with my wife, share with my kids. We often pray together. come together in the Spirit, because this is the most important thing in this life. This is what God, the Creator, has put in place and put together so we can follow it. And as we follow those spiritual laws, as we come together united in the Spirit, we grow in love, we grow in peace, we grow in joy. Oh, my dear friends, I wanted to share this, and I pray that you had been uplifted, and I pray that you could bring your family together, not as much physically as is more important spiritually, in the Spirit. That you could pray together, that you can reflect together, that you can exchange words of wisdom. Until then, may you have a day full of life and peace. Until then.